I remember one of the last times I came up to Sgwd Gwladys, so 10 years ago, ish, 9.5 years ago maybe. It was quite a balmy summer's evening, or a late spring, early May time, and I came up here after work to take a picture of the falls. And I brought my film camera with me, and I was sat there taking pictures, and all of a sudden I could sense somebody watching, and there was a turned around, and there was a chap sitting on a rock. It looked strange because he was like in 19th century sort of get up, you know, waistcoat, trousers, that type of thing, you know, loose trousers, whatever, smoking a rolled up cigarette. And I said hello to him. No response, nothing back. Oh, that's strange, I thought. Anyway, turned back round to take a picture, turned round again, nobody there, completely gone, vanished into thin air. I packed my tripod up and got out of Dodge. Ghosts, eh?
During the meanwhilest... No.
Well, hello, it's Dexter and me, and it's another morning out with the Griswalds. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make this trip today. It's a walk to one of the waterfalls I used to visit regularly, called Sgwd Gwladys, or the Lady Falls, I think it's translates into English too. It's one of the easier ones to get to. It's a flatter walk. No real sort of obstacles on the way other than a bit of mud, but it's a freezing cold morning. I figured it would be a nice day to come here, so I have dosed up on painkillers. I hope I don't have another back spasm today. All my family are going to be carrying me back to the car. Anyway, I'll just show you what lies ahead of us. There are 4 waterfalls on this trail, but it's not the 4 Falls trail. That's it. Starts up at Ystrad. We're in a place called Brecon, or Fujifilm. And you've got Sgwd Gwladys, and then you've got the upper and lower Sgwd Gwladys falls. And then for the really adventurous, you've got Sgwd I, which is a pretty inaccessible waterfall. Bethan's just found some kind of fungus or mushroom. Oh, that's cool, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah, I think so. Looks like some sort of... That's definitely a type of fungi. Right. Onwards then. There's more of that hair ice fungi. There's a lot of water in the river. We've had a couple of weeks of pretty well solid rainfall. So the rivers are in flood. I can't remember the name of this river, so I'll put it up. I'll put a caption up on screen now.
Wow, that's really nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like tinsel, isn't it?
You might be able to get one from the bottom down there, look.
It's like tinsel.
Sgwd Gwladys, where we're going today, is one of the first images I took after I got my first kind of like proper digital camera, my Nikon D30-100. I can remember coming up here, slapping a coking filter on the front of it and going for, you know, the cliche long exposure shot because you could, couldn't you? You know, it's not like in film days where, you know, it was like not hit and hope, but pretty much a fingers crossed affair. With digital, of course, you can see straight away what you got. So it was a really really enjoyable taking those shots. On the way here, there are old gunpowder works. Old gunpowder works here on this trail. I think it's because there's like some of the raw materials were mined close by, and I certainly know that further up along this trail there are some caves, like cave systems and tunnels. But again, if you're brave, you can go in and have a look. Not for me, thank you. I'm hoping that when we do get eventually to, well, it's very bright, isn't it? When we do eventually get to the falls, that they're in shade and not flooded with all this sunlight, because it's going to make for not a very nice image if there's a lot of sun shining down in it. All I can do is hope, and fingers crossed. And nearly some more evidence of a leaf miner. This trail is sprinkled with these tunnels, which I think were used as part of the mining processes from years ago. Some of them, I haven't been here for 10 years. A good 10 years, and some of them you used to be able to actually go inside the caves. I wonder whether they're still accessible or whether they're now blocked off. Who knows? We might see now, we might see some, and we'll have a look. Right then, a little bit of tourist information now. We've reached a fork in the path. Now, if you want to go to the Sgwd Falls, the upper and lower Sgwd, you cross this bridge and you follow the trail up that hill there, and that'll take you to the Sgwd Falls. If you want to go to Gwladys, you fork off to the left. Now I think to get to the Gam, if I remember, you've also got to cross here, but then you turn left. Yeah, there we are. Look, there's a and then you climb up above Gwladys and then follow the river up to the Gam. Now there's a sign there for Sgwd Gwladys as well over this bridge, but I want to go to the other side of it. I want to go to the left hand river bank, because everybody goes to that side. So I'm going to stick to this side. Let's go up here. It's proving really awkward to find a nice composition. This is the more challenging side of the river to get one from. Over there you've got the obvious shot, you've got that little beach and you've got that log giving you a leading right to the fall. This side is a hell of a lot more challenging. But I haven't come all this way for nothing. I will be taking a shot. Just of what, I'm not quite sure yet. Anyway, at least the fall's in shade, so I shall be able to get the shutter speed I want quite easily. Right, I'll put you down now and let's get to work. Well, I found a composition I'm reasonably happy with. Shooting the lens at its widest 10mm, and I got this lovely foreground. Well, it's not lovely, but it's a foreground. And then you got this tangled mess of stuff leading up to the falls. So they're shooting at 10. I'll show you the back of the camera. Shooting at 10mm, that falls is tiny. Now I am going to crop it off to there, and probably crop a bit off the bottom as well. So it will have a little bit better of an effect. And I'm also going to take some then more zoomed in on the falls themselves, because there are these lovely icicles behind the fall. So I've got my polarizer on. I'm shooting at 1/4 of a second, f10, ISO 125, which is the base ISO, and I'll focus stack. I'll focus one on the foreground here and one on the falls, and then we'll just shoot away with some more some different focal lengths. That's the plan. I just want to take one last look, because I don't know when, if ever, I'll be back here again to see this site. So I'm kind of a bit reticent to leave, but leave I must. Yeah, if you want to go to the Gam, Sgwd and Gam, you've got to get over the other side of this fall, climb to the top, and then just follow that river. The path will eventually run out, and you have to cross the river 2, 3, sometimes 4 times to get to the Gam. But it's well worth doing, because like when you're there, you know, you might be the only person that's gone there that day. You know, it could be like, you know, a unique experience that day. Well worth it if you're fit, healthy, and pick the right day. Obviously not when there's all this water, but perhaps after a bit of a drier spell, it is one hell of a sight. And if you get up there when it freezes over, whoa, then you're in for one hell of a treat. Right then, I'm gonna head back to the car now. So that's it from Dexter, the Griswalds and me, from Sgwd Gwladys. Feeling a little bit emotional right now, and yeah, stay safe, stay well, look after yourselves, your loved ones, your pets, and look after your environment, and be nice, okay? Be nice to people whose paths you cross. Okay, see you on the next one.
I don't want your lonely mansion with a tear in every room. All I want's the love you promised beneath the halo moon. But you think I should be happy with your money and your name, and hurt myself in sorrow while you play your chicken game. Silver
that's a little bit concerning. I said a spasm in my back. Oh, no. I haven't told the Griswolds, they'll worry. But I think it's going to be a slow walk back. Or even slower than normal walk back to the car. Oh, shit. Oh well. At least it was worth it.